This is Lynn Logic, episode 36. Quick recap, I am the widow of a cross-dressing alcoholic and a survivor of a blood clot in my brain. It may seem that I am the personification of Murphy's Law, but I do love to laugh. I also have a 25-year work history in accounting and operations in real estate, car dealerships, and hotels, and a BA in psychology. I love patterns, numbers, and categories. Always have. Lynn Logic is the result of that love. Let's get started. June 13th, 2025. PTSD aha moment. I'm used to people not coming back. That's why it's so damn easy to ghost me. Now let's not get it twisted. I ghost too. I mean, look at how pale I am. I glow in the dark. I have ghost hair. So yeah, I ghost. But here's the secret. I ghost to be nice. It means that I saw something I didn't like, and instead of pointing it out, I just disappear. Now, if I do send you a goodbye text, the good luck in all your future endeavors type, do not engage. Because I've said bye. You don't matter anymore. And if you respond, I will be rude. Sorry? Honestly, I should start sending those goodbye texts and flashing yellow. Warning, warning. Do not make me show you how fast I can turn into a red flag. Here's the thing. I'm used to being ghosted. I take it in stride. But what happens when someone doesn't want to ghost me? Good luck? Yes, I'm drama. Yes, I'm high maintenance. I'm high and I require a lot of maintenance. Same concept. But I'm also freedom, adventure, pleasure, truth. I feel like I should come with a handbook. Like the handbook for the recently deceased. Mine would be called the handbook for having the recently deceased. So here's my thing. Since I'm used to people not coming back, I like to know at the end of each visit when I'm going to see you again. And here's the kicker. You actually have to show up. I'll be honest. I don't expect you to. My expectations, they're horrible. I predict your bad behavior. And when I'm right, I'm out. I'm not for the faint of heart. I'm not for the weak. And if you've got a big ego, sorry. I like to pop those, like bubble wrap. Here's what really sets people off. I match energy. If you don't appreciate mine, I'll just mirror yours. And people hate that. They'll bitch, and I'll just say, what's wrong? I'm acting just like you. Then that makes them crazy. I've gotten used to it, but I won't settle. Sometimes for fun, I talk to scammers. I only want them to say one thing. I don't like this. Those 4 words. And it's shockingly easy. And you know what I don't like? Aw, you don't like this? You know what I don't like? Being scammed. Being taken advantage of. So yeah, you don't like this? Motherfucker, I'm a woman. Do you know how much shit I've had to do that I didn't like? Get bent. P.S. Men, learn this already. There is nothing worse than a waiting woman. With instant communication at our fingertips, use it. Set realistic expectations. If you can't, don't waste her time. Because what hurts worse than her waiting for you is you waiting for her and she never shows up. And for levity, I'm old enough to know not to trust a fart, but young enough not to mistake it for a shit. Chin up, tits out. Hi, Lynn again. This is Lynn Logic, episode 36. Totally skipped that number. Last one was 37. It's okay, only human. Quick recap, I am the widow of a cross-dressing alcoholic and a survivor of a blood clot in my brain. It may seem that I'm a personification of Murphy's Law, but I do love to laugh. I have a 25-year work history in accounting and operations and real estate, car dealerships, and hotels. I also have a BA in psychology. I love patterns, numbers, and categories. Always have. Lynn Logic is the result of that love. Go ahead, like, and subscribe. It costs nothing, unlike coffee, weed, or bad decisions. And you know you're not giving those up. Let's get started. July 17th, 2025. I constantly talk about being soul tired. Let me explain this. People are selfish, some more than others. And when I say I am soul tired, I mean that it is exhaustive to be a giver in a world where there are so many takers. And here's the thing, the only thing I need is love. Yes, that's hokey as fuck, but true. You know what you get with love, real love? You get care, compassion, validation, all those things, because that is what you give. Now the scales for me seem to have tilted too much. I will always be me and give, but it is tiring. I just want a hug and a nap. We live in a world of constant waiting, but how many times and how long have you been waiting for people that just don't respect your time? Look, I get it. Shit happens. But sometimes you just have to admit that you either have really shitty time management skills or there's a part of you that enjoys having people wait for you. Yes, that is narcissistic. We live in a world of time. All we do is fight for more time. So when someone is disrespectful of yours, it is fucking rude. So here is me, and so many others. We will give you our time. We will be there for you. And we never expect what we give in return. But that doesn't mean that we don't take notice. And once that give bucket is full and the take bucket is empty, that is our breaking point. You will say you don't understand or are confused, but that is just your own admission that you weren't paying attention. That's it, isn't it? How do you see others when all you do is look at yourself? How do so many people focus on self without being self-aware? Look, I am not perfect, not in the fucking least. I am imperfect and flawed and broken, but I do have self-awareness. My definition of self-awareness is a two-parter. One, yes, it is being self-aware of the insides and outsides of me. I struggle with this side as I constantly bump into things. But the second part, which is bigger, is being self-aware of how I am in the world. This is the basic understanding that I am 1 in 7 billion, or whatever the population is. That means that there are 6.99 billion other motherfuckers out there just trying to get a piece of the pie and be happy. The biggest example I can give for being self-aware out in the world is driving. Do you know what road rage is? Here's my Lynn Logic definition. It is when people get angry at you for not having the same perspective as them. Also, the same driving ability. Hell, sometimes the same car too. It is when someone gets mad at you for not doing what they expected you to do. 1, nobody is perfect. 2, you are not the only driver in the world. Get over yourself. Side quest. If you don't use your turn signal, you should have your license suspended and have to attend etiquette school. Let me explain the type of person that does not use a turn signal. This feature of the automobile is specifically designed as an alert system for other drivers. It does not benefit the driver using the turn signal at all, except helping so you don't get rear-ended. So when you choose not to use it, well, you are an asshole. Please don't procreate, and also fuck your mom for not swallowing. Why do people complain so much? Is this what Alanis Morissette meant by being ironic? I'm complaining about complaining. Ooh, introspection. Actually, that would be inception, not introspection. Do you realize that people will call you to complain? And I mean on the daily. The amount of conversations I overhear that are just complaining for the sake of complaining is astounding. And complaining about things that can't be changed by the person complaining. Did you build this building? Why are you concerned with its structure? And guess what? Nobody cares. The architects, engineers, trade workers, etc., didn't consult with you. Why do I have to hear about it? And the whole complaining about things related to time is baffling to me. You are spending time complaining about time. Is that a good use of your time? If the fight is for more time, why not value yours more? I have a basic principle that I like to keep in my mind. I may not always follow it because love will change perspective, but it is simple. When you have something in your life that you don't like, or something in the world that you don't like, there are two options: acceptance or change. But complaining about it, while yes, is a way to talk through it, has a time limit for me. Now, because of this nature, the negative effect is if I choose acceptance to not be a bother, I will alienate myself. I did this in my marriage. I accepted my husband. I made a promise. But it broke me a little to accept it, and I didn't want to bring anyone else down. So I put a mask on during the day and crumbled at night. Now I am more cautious on how much I give of myself. I understand self-sacrifice wholeheartedly. And Sebastian from The Little Mermaid was right. The human world, it's a mess. I have a lifetime of begging and waiting, begging for love, for validation, for people to see me. And then all I seem to do is wait for it. So much waiting. Waiting to be seen and loved. Fingers crossed it will happen to me, and my life isn't just so much pain with spurts of happiness. Although it does seem to be heading that way, to where it's actually getting happiness. Hit subscribe and like because we're going to try that one again. Hit subscribe and like because my self-esteem depends on strangers on the internet. Chin up, tits out. Bye.